Hello, all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bob Dean. I'm the owner of Robert Dean Farmers Insurance Agency, which is located in Amarillo, Texas. Some people call me No Prob Bob Insurance. I'm mighty fine with that. So, the reason for being an insurance agent is to make sure that you have no problems. So, in an earlier video, I went over the liability portion of your auto policy. In today's video, I'm going to go over the optional coverages. And what I mean by optional is they're not required by any kind of state law, but things like comprehensive and collision could be required by your bank if you do have a note on that vehicle. So I'm going to take a deep dive today into comprehensive, collision, rental car reimbursement, towing and roadside assistance, and glass coverage, to name a few. Now, before I start off, I need to talk about something that's really important, which is your deductible. What a deductible is it's the amount that you agree upon when you sign your auto insurance policy application. That's basically the amount that you're self-insuring yourself. These range anywhere from 500 to 1,000, which are normal. I've had people who've had less. I've had people who've had way more. But basically, whatever the cost is to repair your vehicle minus your deductible is the check that you'd get back for it. So, going off into coverages now. Hey, first one I'd like to talk about is comprehensive. And the reason I'm talking about comprehensive first is, at least for the Texas Panhandle, it's used a lot. This is basically a coverage that's a catch-all for all the things that could happen to your vehicle, which are covered that are not an at-fault accident. So, major deal around here is hail damage. You also have vehicle fires, vehicle theft, and also some water losses on it. So, like I said, these are basically weather events, stuff outside of your control, and not an at-fault accident with it. Now, from there, we're going into collision. Now, collision is the coverage, if you do have it, that would pay to repair your vehicle after an at-fault accident. So you're driving down the road, not paying attention, hit the back of somebody's vehicle. In an earlier video, Auto Insurance Part 1, we talked about the property damage portion of your liability policy covers the damage to that other person's vehicle. Collision covers the damages to repair your vehicle minus the deductible. Now, hey, your car's in the shop getting repaired. What are you going to drive? That's where rental car reimbursement coverages come into play. Now, these can range anywhere from $20 per day up to $100 per day, maybe even a little bit more. And with this, the best advice I could possibly give you is just kind of match what vehicle you drive. So if you drive a mid-size sedan, maybe $30 or $40 per day would cut it. Now, if you drive a large SUV or a pickup truck, you may need to talk about $100 per day. So that way there's no kind of lapse in your lifestyle when your car's getting fixed. Now, hey, your vehicle's disabled. What are you going to do? Towing and roadside assistance. This is an optional coverage on your insurance policy, which pays to tow your vehicle, whether or not you're in an accident. So even if you have some kind of mechanical failure in your vehicle, we at the insurance company would pay to send it to the nearest repair facility. We will not pay for the repairs if it's mechanical unless it's a covered event. But this also covers things like locking your vehicles in the car, needing a flat tire changed, needing a battery recharge. Maybe you don't have enough gas. So towing and roadside assistance is an extremely affordable coverage on your auto policy, but trust and believe, if you ever have to use it, you'll be glad it's there. Now from here, we're going into glass coverage. What is glass coverage? So glass coverage, basically, it's called glass buyback deductible. And what that does is it takes your comprehensive, so we're going back a little bit, and lowers that deductible. So for instance, at my company, if it's a rock chip repair, it'd be a $0 deductible to get that fixed. If you had to replace the whole windshield, it'd be a $100 deductible. Now, I want to let you know on some big secret. It really shouldn't be a secret, but for some reason it seems like people are treating it that way. Now, this glass coverage not only covers your windshield, but also covers your side windows and your back glass. Any kind of exterior glass on your vehicle would be covered under this. Now, from here, we're getting into the one-off type of coverages. One big one is residual debt coverage. At the dealership or the bank, you're going to hear it called gap coverage. This is an optional endorsement that you can add onto your auto policy, which acts as gap. So if your vehicle's totaled out and the amount that the vehicle's worth doesn't quite match up with what you owe on it, this is where this coverage would come in and help bridge the gap on that. And that's another selling point that they use at the dealerships. They're like, well, what are you going to do if this car is totaled out and you owe more on it than it's worth? They'll sell you gap. Sometimes this will be hundreds of dollars over the course of the contract. Adding it on your auto policy is quite a bit less expensive. For most people, comes out to be a couple of dollars per month. Now, from there, if you like to have like custom stereos, wheels, lift your truck up, you need to talk about a coverage called customized equipment. And this is an important coverage if you do all that stuff to your vehicle. And the reason being is if that car is totaled out and you have new $2,000 wheels on there, you need to have this coverage added so that way you get your money back. Same thing with custom stereo. If something happens to your vehicle and it's totaled out, this coverage would add more to your vehicle's value based off of how much cost you have in that custom equipment. Again, stereos, wheels, light bars, things like that would be added to it. So I really do appreciate you stopping by and listening to part 2 of auto insurance. There will be some more videos coming in on auto insurance, but stay tuned for other videos. I'm going to go into homeowners insurance, renters, life, and business insurance. So stay tuned. Hey, you take care.